Selection of Tuscan wines, which is the topic of today's seminar, will be moderated by Miss Elin McCoy. And Barbara Tamburini is also with us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Paolo Iniesti. This selection was conceived and launched in 1989 as an initiative to increase the value of the various regional products. It is an enologist competition born out of an agreement between the Regione Toscana, between the Union Camere Toscana, that means the regional organization of the Chambers of Commerce of Tuscany, and between the Italian Institute for Foreign Trade and the Italian State Tourist Board. All participating wines are divided by categories, 17 categories, to favor a correct evaluation by the Commission of Judge. There are 9 commissions of judge. The wines from each category that have obtained a score at least 82 on 100 are equally selected and awarded with a certificate of merit. The first 5 of each category that have obtained the highest score will be awarded an honorary mention, honorary diploma. Before being tasted by the commissioner, the 9 commissioner judges, wine samples are made anonymous by an appointed lawyer. Each commission is composed of 5 winemakers, 5 enologists, at least 3 of which operate in the region of Tuscany, 1 international journalist, and 1 sommelier.
Thank you for coming. I hope your feet have dried out. Here we are. I must say that I'm very, very impressed by this competition, which has been going on in Tuscany for such a long time. I also want to say how lucky we are to have Barbara Tamburini here with us. Not only is she an award-winning enologist, but has such deep knowledge in Tuscany, because as she described to me, she is always driving from winery to winery where she's consulting. Tuscany, of course, is a very complex region with a long winemaking history, and it's always been at the forefront of the various renaissances of Italian wine. And it has a reputation for reds, but of course we can't forget the whites, and we're going to be starting out with the real red of the region is Sangiovese. And Sangiovese is a truly interesting grape, I think. You can get so many different variations and expressions of what Sangiovese tastes like, from a pale sort of light wine to something that's rich, deep, and powerful. They are arranged strictly by vintage, and we may hear a little bit about that. And also Barbara's going to help us understand some of the new clonal and viticultural improvements that have been taking place in Tuscany. We'll talk also about the return to indigenous grapes.
The important things about Tuscany is that how viticulture is changed in the last 30 years in Tuscany, in Italy in general, but in Tuscany especially. This is something that is very important to understand the quality of our wines. In fact, the new viticulture is a viticulture that look at to many factors together.
A few of the producers are here in the audience. I will introduce them when we come to their wine. Okay? So let's start. We're going to start with the 2007 Fattoria Il Pelagio Sauvignon. And why don't we all just taste that and Barbara and I will both say a few words about it. Then we also have a second white, which is very historic in Tuscany, and this is the Casale Falchini, and I'm fracturing this, but never mind, Vernaccia di San Gimignano, Venea Doni, and this is a 2006, so it's a little bit older. Riccardo Falchini is here in the room. Would he just stand up? Do I see him? Yes. Yes, here he is over here. If you would all just sort of look over there. Signor Falchini is a specialist, really, in Vernaccia. He makes 5 different Vernaccia di San Gimignano's. In that, I believe, Signor Falchini, that it was you were the first to have cold temperature fermentation, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So innovation, but with an old grape, and a lot of research on finding out which are the best clones of that old grape to use that method of improving the quality. As Scope Aiolo Rosso, 2007, IGT Toscana. You know, it's sort of the kind of wine that you need to cheer you up in a bad economy. Barbara talked about some of those with relation to the whites, and I'd like her to just talk about some of the experiments with Sangiovese and looking for the specific clones that produce the best Sangiovese. Barbara.
Yes, we have had very big studies on the Sangiovese grape. One of them is the project 2000 Chianti Classico. There is the university at the same time, more scientifically, that they study the DNA of each grape variety, and thanks to this study, they can see the quality.
So, Dottore.
Not using the 100% Sangiovese formula doesn't mean that we do not believe on the Sangiovese.
No, of course
we
not.
have been part of the 2000 project of the Consorzio. Sometime, especially with the old vineyards, Sangiovese has a little, for the international palate, they say, a sort of astringence,
right.
Aggressive astringence. That if you pair with the Tuscan cuisine, imagine Fiorentina, the tannins will match perfectly. But
I would like to say that, confirm that the Syrah that we make in not many places of Tuscany, but just in special areas, we can obtain good results with the Syrah. Because everybody knows that Syrah is not a simple variety, that decide to produce Syrah like Mr. Dionisio. They want to obtain an important wine like he have done.
Sheet, it says Carmignano Reserva 2005 DOCG.
To say a couple of words about this wine, because I know very well the producer, even if he is not here, and he is a very nice guy. And I can say this because I love Carmignano. My first harvest in my life has been in Carmignano.
It says Arnione Rosso Superiore 2005 DOC Bulgari. And the producer is Campo alla Sughera. It's Il Brecciolino Rosso 2004 IGT Toscana. And the producer is Castelvecchio di Filippo Rocchi, and Mr. Rocchi, Signor Rocchi, is here.
Yeah, there is a motive because I started to produce this wine in '95, the first harvest of this wine.
Okay, thank you so much for coming. I thank the Tuscans for bringing us such delicious wine.